fourth graders, we are on lesson 5 today. We are going to model the equivalents of tenths and hundredths using the area model and place value disk today. Okay, you should have gotten a template page that we'll use a little later. So with your independent notebook, you should also have a template page that has some area models already made for you, so you can use them along with me. Okay, so if you don't have that, please make sure you do. Alright, so let's take a look. We're going to be working with tenths and hundredths today. So to start out, we're just going to do a little warm-up here. I would like you to go ahead and copy these conversions down, and I want you to fill in the blank with what unit word is missing. Okay? I want you to do this on your own and then go ahead and check with me. So please pause the video and go ahead and match them up and then check your work with me. Alright, so here are the answers filled in the blank. 100 is 10 tens, 10 is 10 ones, 1 is 10 tenths, and 1/10 is 10 hundredths. Okay? And the reason all of this works is because our number system is a base 10 system. Okay, so every time we get 10 in a place value, we move up to the next. Okay, so please don't forget about that. We started 4th grade talking about place value in these ideas. Nothing has changed. Okay, so use what you know to work with tenths and today hundredths. Alright, another quick warm-up here. Go ahead and figure out what these fractions are as decimals, and then go ahead and write these decimals as fractions. Go ahead and pause, go ahead and do the work, and then check it with me. 1/100th is equal to 0.01. 3/100ths is equal to 0.03, and over here I have 5/100ths, over here I have 15/100ths, I have 13/100ths. Okay, so there's the answers for those. Should have been pretty easy. Down here we have 13/100ths is equal to 10/100ths plus something, and gives me this decimal form, 13/100ths, and 17/100ths is equal to 10/100ths plus something, gets me 17/100ths. Again, easy peasy here. The missing blank is 3/100ths, and over here the missing blank is 7/100ths. Okay, so just a little review of where we were yesterday and what we were working on. Alright, so our application problem today is the perimeter of a square measures 0.48 meters or 48 hundredths meters. What is the measure of each side length in centimeters? Okay, so our final answer needs to be in centimeters. I'm going to go ahead and draw myself just a little square as a model here. So I know that my sides are 0.48 and 0.48 meters. Is that what this says? I'm actually reading this wrong. The perimeter doesn't tell me the side lengths are 0.48. I'm sorry, guys. That was a good catch by me, actually. Just caught that on myself. Okay, so the perimeter is 48 hundredths of a meter. So all the way around my square is 48. And we want to know what the side lengths are. So actually, my 0.48 needs to be split into 4 different sides. Okay. If I think about some fast facts that might help me get here, I know that 4 goes in 10 times, but that's only 40, and it can go in 2 more times. So I know that it must have side lengths of 0.12 meters. Okay, so 4 side lengths, if I know the whole perimeter is 0.48, it must be 12 hundredths of a meter on one side. So 12 hundredths of a meter is the side lengths. But I've got to go back to the question, and it tells me it wanted them in centimeters. If I have 12 hundredths of a meter, that is 12 centimeters. Okay. Man, I'm glad I caught that, because I would have done that completely wrong. So hopefully you were already on the right track before I led you astray. Alright, but overall that wasn't too bad. So altogether my perimeter, my all distance around was 48. I want to divide it into 4 sides that are all the same. So my 4 sides must be 12 hundredths of a meter, which is equal to 12 centimeters. Alright, so we looked at our meter stick yesterday. I'm not going to think about the meter stick too much today, but it's definitely a good comparison to know about your hundredths. Alright, friends, you should have a template page that was given to you today, so if you could make sure you have that and grab that out. You can take your notes a little bit on there if you would like, but it has these area models on it, so you don't have to make all those teeny tiny boxes. Alright, let's start with the tape diagram though. This tape diagram is showing me a fraction. Go ahead and tell me what fraction and decimal that the tape diagram is showing me. And then on your area models, go ahead and try out this 25 hundredths. Show me what that looks like and break it down into your tenths and hundredths. This really shouldn't be too bad for you. If you finish those and you're ready to try these out, go ahead and try these out. Okay, so pause the video, go ahead and do those on your notes and on your template page, and turn me back on and I will show you your answer key. Alright, so here up there we have 2 tenths, the decimal is 2 tenths. Okay, and on our area model we should have 2 whole columns filled in for my 2 tenths. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for those hundredths. Okay, so I have 2 tenths and 5 hundredths. If you also did it with the 52 hundredths, you have a decimal that looks like that, and you have a decimal of 35 hundredths for that one. And hopefully, again, those don't feel too difficult for you. Alright, on your problem set you're going to do a little bit of grouping, just like when we did the tenths and we grouped them to create wholes. This time we have hundredths that are going to group together to make tenths. Okay, if I want 1/10, I have 10 hundredths. So in order to make a tenth, I need to group together or compose 10 hundredths. And if I put that in a decimal form, that turns into my 1/10, and I notice that I have 6 hundredths left over, so 16 hundredths. When it asks you for a number bond, it's asking for you to break down your tenths and your hundredths. So I have 1/10 and I have 6 hundredths. Alright, just another quick example. Here we go. I've got a group of 10 here, and I know that 10 hundredths makes a tenth. So I have 1/10. This time I have 3 hundredths left over, so I have 13 hundredths. So 1/10, 3 hundredths, pretty easy peasy. I could show that this is actually the same as having 10 hundredths if that helps you. They're equivalent fractions, so that would work as well. Alright, I believe this is the last thing I'm going to do with you, and make sure you're taking careful notes because this is a big part of your problem set and your exit ticket. You are given a fraction here, fraction that can be turned into a decimal very easily, and it's asking me to draw this decimal, and that means in place value discs. So right now I know that my discs are going to be worth 0.1 or 0.01 or 100th. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the digits inside my disc first because it's easier to draw those and then draw the disc around, okay, than squeezing numbers into a tiny circle. So go ahead and write your 100th 5 times, and we just drew a model that shows 5 hundredths. In unit form, be careful writing hundredths. It's 100 with a THS, hundredths. As a decimal, 0.05. Okay, so there's one example for you. I'm going to let you loose on this one. Actually, maybe I can show both of them at the same time. Pretty close. So why don't you go ahead and try these ones out on your own, and I'll have the answers for you in a second. Okay, so pause the video and go ahead and try these place value disc drawings, unit form and decimal form, quick on your own. Alright friends, so I went ahead and I made my drawings here. Instead of using 25 hundredths, I went ahead and hopefully you noticed that you should be using some 10th discs. Okay, so I have 2 10th discs and 5 hundredths discs. My decimal, make sure your decimal matches. That's big. That's a big skill to have right now, so hopefully that's working well for you. I went ahead and did 2 types of unit form. So I have 2 tenths. This is probably the one they're looking for on your problem set. So make sure if you can break it down into all the units, you should do that. So 6 tenths and 4 hundredths down here. Decimal, hopefully you got that. This time I had to use, oops, and I missed one. I had to use 6 tenths, and I needed 4 hundredths left over. Alright guys, so I think that does it. Yep, here's your problem set. So like I said, you're going to see some area models that you're going to have to fill in. You're going to be using some place value discs. On the back you are drawing just like I just did with you. You're given a fraction, you have to give the decimal, and then here's the unit form that you're doing, and you're making place value discs for those. Okay, so this is really, number 4 is really what your exit ticket looks like. So I would really pay attention to that question. Okay, all right guys, have a great day, and I will see you. Bye.